I went to the news conference the next day after I was released of the police chief in St. Paul and described what happened to me and my colleagues. I asked Chief Harrington, what have you instructed your police to do when it comes to reporters, and how do you expect us to operate in this environment? He replied, we could embed with a mobile field force. Embed the police mobile field force, like some reporters do on the front lines of troops in Iraq and Afghanistan. That should not be the model that we use to cover American cities. And certainly these conventions that are celebrations, supposed to be celebrations of democracy. On this eve of the conventions that will take place in the summer of 2012, and during this time of uprisings that occupy Wall Street and around the country, this is a very important message that is being sent to police departments around the country to stop arresting journalists and to stop making unlawful arrests altogether. That's why we are holding this news conference about this landmark settlement here today.
What did you think about what happened last Saturday on the Goodman Bridge?
What occurred on Saturday was one of the largest mass arrests in U.S. history. 700 people arrested. The problem is not only that day, but the week before, when peaceful protesters were pepper sprayed by police. Dissent is what will save this country. It's what our country, it is the principles upon which our country was founded. And it's our job as independent journalists to cover that dissent.
And what do you think about this movement?
It's extremely important. As journalists, it is our job to be here, to give a voice to, well, they call themselves the 99%ers. These people in Zuccotti Park, what they call Liberty Plaza, and in Washington, and in Los Angeles, and in Chicago, are not a fringe minority, not even a silent majority, but so often a silenced majority, silenced by the corporate media, which is why it is so important to have independent journalists covering what is taking place. And I also see a very serious problem for journalists when they are told to turn off their cameras. You know that's the first place that they should be, because police abuse more often happens when it is not being covered. That's why we must be here today and every day.
Thank you so much.